Koto Katoa. No mai, haere mai, ki te waka taura o Poneke. Welcome aboard the Wellington Cable Car. The cable car has been operating since 1902, carrying locals and visitors alike. If you look to your left as we enter the tunnel, you'll see our transition mural, showing cable cars past and present. The original cars, known as the Red Rattlers, made their last run in 1978, with the current funicular system opening in 1979. Since then, the cars have completed over 1 million trips. The lights in the next two tunnels were installed in 2014. We can program them with light shows that mark festivals, charitable events, and special occasions. We're now approaching Talavera Station and the passengers are back The cars have sets of double flange and flat wheels, always guiding car 1 through the south part of the loop to your left and car 2 through the north to your right. We welcome you to visit the free Cable Car Museum by the Kelvin Terminal to find out more about cable car calibrates and to see 2 of the vintage cars. You'll soon be arriving at Kelvin Paikaka Terminal with great views across the city and harbour. Close by, you'll find the Free Cable Car Museum, Tabletop Eatery, Victorian Perfumery, entrance to the Botanic Gardens and Space Base. The free shuttle to Zealandia leaves from the front of the terminal. Once the car has come to a stop, you'll be exiting to the left. If you have return tickets, please board the car when you're ready to go back downhill. Cars depart every 10 minutes. We hope you have enjoyed your journey on the Wellington Cable Car. If you would like to leave us some feedback, scan the QR codes located on the car or use the tablet in the terminal. Kia pai te rā, ka kite anō.
goes up, then I'll be, yeah, I think so. Yes, I'm still kind of a will it, won't it stage. Yes.
La vie est très compliquée.
Yeah, of course.
Life is difficult.
Yeah. This is why it's difficult.
I know, but sent to. Obviously not now.
It's really loud.